in the jungle. Tower will not fall. Meanwhile, G2 are still pushing in that bottom lane. Reckless and Mickey going to get some damage down, but Adam is there to defend.
Yeah, Nisqy must have used his ultimate while we were in the replay. Maybe he was looking for some kind of pick or information, because G2 was able to push bot all the way into that tier 2 despite having no TPs, and they weren't afraid of getting collapsed on. Fnatic really focusing on this top tier 2. Looks like they're just going to back off. And everything's going to slowly quiet down for the first time in this game. And G2, look at the scaling. You know, Orianna, Xayah. I think that's a much better scaling combo into the carries of Fnatic. But they have frontline to work with. They have Adam and they have Hylissang if he can find the resets. But in straight up 5v5s, like what the analyst has said, in a front-to-back, G2 should win. But Fnatic don't want to give it to them.
Fnatic still looking for those skirmishes, looking for those picks wherever they can find them. The game, once again, rests on a knife edge, as games often do between Fnatic and G2. You look back to 2019 Athens finals, you look back to the game we showed before the series started today, that base race. And that was a regular season game, never mind one for World's contention, as Mickey has been caught out here. Nowhere for him to go, Death from Below won't do it, but he does still fall.
That's a pick, and that's what Fnatic's comp wants. That'll slow down the siege of G2. They won't be able to push for that middle bot tier 2 tower, and the Baron has gone. Baron buffs off, they got 3,500 gold for that, and they've almost stabilized the game. But important to note, Caps has Rabadon, sees 3 items Orianna. One combo from Caps onto anyone that's not Adam, he might just kill them straight away with the shockwave, so they have to be very careful, and they have to pick and choose their fights with precision, as Fnatic just did. Picking off Mickey, they need way more of that.
Hylissang continues to be a nuisance in the side of G2, a thorn that they cannot seem to get rid of. Adam here is spotted on a wall.
He's on the phone.
He's on the phone. It's a Discord call perhaps as he sets up in this jungle. They know that Adam's there. Reckless is going to step forward. Root Caller comes out, doesn't break the passive of the Mundo though, so he's still got that spell shield available. Fnatic now the ones in the driver's seat in terms of tempos. They're the ones pushing in mid and top at the moment.
You're completely right, Medic. Tempo is the key word there. You can see Fnatic's pushing G2 back. This Baron from G2 only stabilized the game for them. It didn't give them this insane lead. It only gave them time to work with, to push in. But once that time ran out, Fnatic grab a hold of it and they can push them back. So next objective, 40 seconds on Dragon. But Fnatic want to find a pick. You can see Upset and Hilly just walking through the jungle after pushing in waves, taking jungle camps, just looking to find someone isolated off. And G2, look at their positioning right now. They're all within a couple of meters grasp of one another. They don't want to let anyone go astray, and they want to group up and stay together. Push in mid, move to this objective together, and then we'll see how Fnatic responds. I think Nisqy pushing in bot is already a good start.
The thing is, for Fnatic, they do not have to fight this. Adam doesn't have TP up quite yet. It's about to come off cooldown. There's the Destiny. Nisqy will know that all of G2 are down towards this bottom side river. 12 seconds on the Dragon. TP about to come off cooldown. Nisqy goes in with the Destiny. He's looking for Wonder. They don't know he's there. Double ward coming out. It's G2. Step forward into the river.
Adam's TP is coming up in around 5 seconds, so Fnatic need to wait a little bit longer. I think G2 just take this mid wave, push them back, and take this Dragon. What can Fnatic get for this, though? I think Adam can start pushing in and taking this tier 2 top. And G2 will get the Dragon. It's a little bit of a stare down right now.
This is good from G2 though. Let Reckless do the Dragon and then catch the wave in mid, so Fnatic don't get that free pressure in the mid lane. They sent people across there, they got the wave, no damage on that tier 2 in the mid lane, but Adam does still have the top wave pushing in.
And the big question is, does Reckless have Infinity Edge on base? He's recalling right now, has BF Sword and Pickaxe. Doesn't have it just yet, needs a couple more waves. But with that 3-item spike of Xayah alongside the Rabadons of Caps, if these carries can start to hit, they're going to shred through Fnatic. But Fnatic playing really well around splitting G2 up and cross-mapping and trading here and there. Upset
is really strong as well with the Lord Dominic's and the Rapid Fire Cannon and the Kraken Slayer. He never even needs to get near G2 to put down the DPS. Tristana, of course, scales very well with attack range as the game goes on. That draw bead passive helping her out a ton. Nisqy has a Rapid Fire Cannon of his own as well if he wants to land those long-range stuns.
See, G2 can't step past the river. There's almost like this kind of line right here where if G2 step past it alone, then Fnatic's just going to collapse on them with the globals that they have and with the members of Pike, you know, TF, TP on Adam. So once they group up like this, now they can start to move together forwards. Reckless has Infinity Edge and Baron is spawning G2. Looking to get some vision here.
Nisqy not there, no TP on him either. He has Flash Ignite. He's pushing in that bottom wave, expecting G2 to answer. But right now, G2 are grouped up, Upset. Able to keep himself alive right now, can buffer out the jump. Wonder pulled back as here comes the Destiny. Wonder forced away, but that is the TF ultimate out, and Wonder can reset and has the TP to rejoin the fight. Nisqy stepping in, but can't quite find that stun that he was looking for.
Yeah, Wonder's going to have to TP back as well now, because you imagine Fnatic's going to start pressuring the Baron. The good thing for G2 is that Nisqy's not hitting on their bot tier 2 anymore, so they won't lose that. So now again, it's just a 5v5 stare down. Destiny down, Upset ult is down. G2 didn't lose too much.
Mickey on the front line. There's the Unbreakable. Wonder's actually going to go and catch the bottom wave as G2 decide they don't need him to TP in straight away. Jankos very fortunate the Razorbeaks were respawning because, of course, the King's Tribute and the healing that he gets out of that means that he is back to about 3/4 HP instead of the half that he was at a moment ago. Fnatic and G2 fighting over mid lane priority. So important when you are looking to make picks that you have more vision than your opponent.
Wunder needs to be careful right here. I think Fnatic, they were gonna collapse. They were pinging on him, but they were scared of G2 doing Nash.
Adam needs to be careful as a top laner, but it's Adam on the other side. He's gonna pop his ultimate as he tries to walk away. Reckless on the front line, caught out. Solid Wave goes a little bit wide. Adam rooted up in place, and here comes Wunder with the TP. Adam with the Sterax. Look at Mickey, he's lying down. Death from Below's gonna take him out, and Adam still alive. Half HP on that Mundo. G2 now a man down, looking to try and defend this fight. Death from Below goes in as Hylissang tries to dive forward. Sonic Wave from Whippo up towards the top side. There's the Vanguard's edge as well from Wunder. He needs to get out. Hilly continues to land the hooks, continues to land the stuns. Wunder dives in and dies immediately. And now Fnatic have a man advantage. Stun card flashed in, flashed away by Jankos. Fnatic turn their eyes towards the Baron.
5 versus 3. Fnatic should be able to get this. Jankos has no flash now. Niski forced it so he can't get in the pit. Caps can base and TP back. Fnatic still have Lee Sin ultimate. They still have gas in the tank. Caps is coming back. It's a 3 versus 5 medic. G2 need to find a way in Hylissang. Watch Hylissang, he's gonna look for a hook.
He's looking for it. There's the Destiny, the gate behind them. Niski looking for the rapid fire cannon stun. Lands it onto Caps. Hylissang in a great position with the hook as well, but Jankos is gonna block it out. Upset dumping forward. And Jankos will be able to walk away. Importantly, Caps still has flash, Reckless still has flash, and the Feather Storm is still available. Sonic Wave hits once again, and Mickey is now back, and Fnatic have to back away from the Baron.
Oh, G2, hold on. The fight might not stop here. No flash, Adam.
No flash on Adam, and no life to boot. Hylissang still with a flanking position. He's going to hook up Jankos, then dive away with Phantom Undertow, but Mickey flashes forward, lands the Winter's Bite. He was invisible, and Hylissang is still going to get chased down here, trying to get away, trying to escape the fray.
No
but with the Glacial Fissure coming out, just enough mana for a single Phantom Undertow. Now we can dive into these bushes and try and use that grey health to escape. He manages to get out. Whippo jumping in once again. G2 have yet to start up the Baron. Upset looking for Wunder. Wunder jumps in. The Flawless Duet's going to land as well. The Vanguard's edge not quite used yet. Upset used the Buster Shot there to try and flash. Vanguard's edge shut down. Upset unable to do anything about that because their rally is just too darn strong. And now the Baron will be taken by G2.
Oh, this Baron dance went on for around 2 to 3 minutes. Fnatic get the initial picks. Hang on, Whippo might be a little bit caught here. The pillar comes out. Whippo has W. He has flash as well, but that slow is massive. If they can proc the passive, Caps is right behind him. Niski needs to peel.
Caps, Shockwave. Niski loses half his HP immediately, and then Caps spots the stopwatch. Reckless still alive. Whippo dumping away. Fnatic able to survive to fight another day. For the moment, you can see Hylissang continues to hit the hooks from across the wall. G2 forcing forward, pushing forward. Upset up in 20 seconds. Fnatic still a man down.
Hilly looking for it. Hook hits Wunder, has no flash.
He's stunned up, and look at the CC chain that comes up. Wunder trying to dissuade them, distract them as the rest of G2 come in, but Mickey now down. Death from below is available for Hylissang. He goes in and he gets it through the shield. Hylissang continues to press forward.
Fnatic don't have any TP, so I think the fight might end there, but as I say that, Niski's popping the ultimate. Is he gonna look for anything? G2 are on Mountain Soul Point, and the Dragon spawning in 5 seconds. Fnatic have to run there to secure it. You can see Caps on the minimaps already running down Medic. That fight went on for way too long, but Fnatic and G2 fighting neck and neck here. G2 get the Baron, but Fnatic still ahead, and they're 1 member up. It's a 5v4. They're gonna stop the Mountain Soul from being taken. And now we might see the game slow down, but G2 having Baron, maybe they want to start the siege.
You think the game needs to slow down? We've only had 34 kills in 31 minutes here, Cadril. Come on.
You need a breather, I'm sure.
Speed it up. It's Fnatic G2. This is what I love. This is what the teams love as well, fighting for that world spot. 1-on-1, neck and neck, win a best of 3 for the final LEC representative.
I think the big takeaway from all of this fighting is how Fnatic and G2 differ in the way the fights progress. If G2 are clumped up, they can melt through Adam, but if they're split up, Hylissang can start picking them off 1 by 1, so keep your eyes on how that keeps on going. G2, 4 minutes, 30 seconds away from Assault. Niski pushing in top. G2 have the Baron, but how can they use it? There's no tier 2s on the map. Adam, no flash though.
Yeah, Wunder's really strong right now as well. Goes in with the Vanguard Jets, and Adam really can't get away from him. Healing up. Jankos down towards the bottom side, gets the shot down onto Hylissang. As Upset tries to get the damage, can't quite do it with the Buster Shot. Adam falls as well. That's 2 quick kills over to G2.
Jankos just solo killed Hylissang with Upset right next to him, tanking straight through it. 2 members down. Wunder doesn't have TP just yet, but he's going to group up. Jankos is going to come out of base. Still 4 members strong, but no waves to play on. They are going to get this bot tier 2, I believe, that still is up. We'll see if they can start the siege onto these tier 3s. 30 seconds on the front line of Fnatic in Adam.
Importantly, you do have rapid fire cannon on Niski alongside the Void Staff now as well, so he can long range stun Upset can clear out from long range as well as Brippo looks for it. Featherstorm coming out and the stopwatch used by Cavs as well. They're looking for the damage, but the shockwave still going to hit onto Upset. A Wonder coming in from the side as well as G2 look to close out the game right here, right now. They can't quite do it. They'll take one inhibitor. Now Hillersang is back up. Can he be a nuisance? Can he be a pest? At the moment he can't as he doesn't quite land the hook. Stun's going to land onto Mickey. Wonder still diving forward. Sonic Wave connects as well, but for the moment that's just 2 inhibitors over to G2.
Yeah, G2 don't have any more waves to work with. Fnatic have hold on for now. They need to go top and push out this wave. 2 inhibitors down, just like you said, but that opens up the entire map. Destiny popped. Wunder does get the recall off. Maybe with that base they want to look for a fight, but Wunder has TP, so they can't overcommit. Niski's just going to go back to base, spend his gold, regen his mana, and G2 get the 2 objectives that they came for.
Double inhibitors down, Baron up in 2.5 minutes, Mountain Soul up in 3 minutes as well. 4 items on either side for the AD carries. Mid laners equal that with 4 of their own. And if I were Fnatic, my big worry actually is Wunder. Now, he just seems too strong. He's taking out Adam in a pure 1v1 every chance he gets. Hillersang continues to try and play spoiler, but right now it's so difficult for Fnatic to find an equal fight.
Problem is, look at the levels on G2. Level 17 Irelia, Orianna, and Xayah. So Fnatic down in XP right now on the solo lanes especially. Hillersang's trying to find one member to pick off. Wunder has TP to join the fight if he wants to. And Niski's waiting for that Destiny. 2 minutes on any objective, so teams are just kind of fighting back and forth and poking out spells to try and contest vision. G2 moving into topside. Mid and bot inhib down, so this is the only point of kind of pressure that they want to look for with their champions.
Second super minion's going to join the wave in the bot lane in about 30 seconds time. Adam caught up with the pillar. That does get rid of the passive. Now G2 pushing forward. Hillersang here with the rest of Fnatic. Mickey's going to take a bit of damage. Hillersang gets away from the shockwave. That hits no one. Brippo going in. Featherstorm once again used by Reckless. The feathers can get pulled back. There's the backside edge. Just Wonder dives in. He's hooked up and he's already on a killing spree. So Hillersang's down. Upset trying to put the damage down from the side, but he just can't get it out. Wonder continues just to shred through Fnatic. It's a double for him. Upset's going to kick him away, but that GA only means he lived to see his Nexus fall. G2, 5 players strong, 3 inhibitors down, are going to push him for the win.
Yeah, they have the waves, and there's no one left on Fnatic to hold this. Niski and Upset are alive, but there goes Niski, and Upset even knows that if he bases, he can't hold this. It's going to go over to G2. G2 are 1 win away from claiming the last world spot here in Europe. And wow, it looked like Fnatic had that game from the start. You know, the first 10 minutes of the game was so Fnatic favored, 5-6k gold lead. But it slowly fell apart after the dives just kept coming in, G2 responding, and the fights were just so back and forth, Medic.
Yeah, it was so close for a lot of it. You can see Yamato coming out onto stage immediately, not giving Fnatic a moment to breathe, to think about how that game went poorly for them after the early game, instead getting them up, getting them backstage, and getting them ready for what could be their final game of 2021.
Well, it's all cards on the table now if you're Fnatic and G2. If you have any pick that's been working all year long, this next game is where to put it in. But these teams are so evenly matched in team fights.
What a series so far. G2 came back with a monumental win. And when we return, we're looking ahead towards match point. Don't you dare leave. Don't you dare go anywhere.
Esport is not a sport.
Hey guys, it's not a sport.
Okay, wrap it up. It's not a sport.
It's over, no goodbye.
Not a sport? Huh? Who gives a shit?
Welcome back to the LEC. Get ready for the match of the week in the battle.
The systems are overloading. We can't risk another game.
We need to take a break and regroup.
We're starting to lose our mind. Captain, we cannot go back to Elo Hell. Last time it took us months to get out of it.
Initiate break protocol.
Hurry up!
Yes! Yes! I did it! We did it! We did it!
Even the biggest champ needs a break.
Welcome back, my groovy cats. It's Vedius here at the Telestrator once again, because G2 have moved up to match point after an insane Game 3. And I'm here to look at the key moment, in my opinion, that decided the game. Now, Fnatic are in a commanding position at this point in the game, but they do something that Fnatic often does. They throw it away. So let's have a look at exactly how they do it. So let's start by looking at the minimap and highlighting some of the positional things. Now, you will notice that Wonder is about to go back to base, and you can see that multiple members of Fnatic are starting to collapse towards the mid lane. Orianna is pathing towards top. Fnatic have the right set on the mid lane tower. So let's see exactly what happens as the clip rolls out. They catch Jankos out of position because they use their good deep vision to spot him out, force the flash from him, looking for a pick with the Twisted Fate ultimate invested as well. Good stun, or block rather, coming out from Mickey to soak up a lot of the damage, but then the moment he comes out of the Zhonya's, is going to get executed by the ultimate from the Pyke. That's the word I was looking for. Now, you'll notice that the Aurelia has now joined the fray, and Orianna is about to go back to base and will soon join the fight. I'm looking for this button right here. So both these players are soon to join the fight, but they haven't joined it quite yet. Now, Fnatic at this point say, we can get ourselves a quick pick here, and now we can see if we can continue this siege. But it's at this point that they need to weigh up their options, because they notice here, okay, well, Wonder's overstepped. This is another big mistake from G2. This is another opportunity for us to get a pick, so let's just take the free kill. And this is the moment. This is like freeze frame before disaster strikes, because the problem for Fnatic is they're now splitting themselves up right down the middle. This bottom half is going to be separated from these three right here. And on first glance, this looks really good for the side of Fnatic, but you'll notice how disastrous it ends up being. First off, Caps TP's in and gets a kill on Taniski. Bwipo can't get involved in the fight. Hylissang is very low. And while he is able to land a clutch hook onto Caps, you're thinking, this is perfect. Wait for it, wait for it. Good flash here from both Caps and Bwipo. But you're going to notice here as Caps path back towards the team, he's going to get caught out. And you think, okay, well, with Caps dead, they can break into the base and get themselves an inhibitor. But look at the damage that comes out from Caps. Flawless execution from the mid laner of G2 as he just one-pops to support. And now look, Upset has already committed to the play. He's jumped over the wall and he's now on the front line. And now Fnatic is in a very dangerous situation because Reckless has health, Reckless has mana, but Adam is thirsty for blood and Upset is right behind him. Mickey is now respawned, and now with these kills, with these shutdowns, G2 realize that there's an opportunity here for them to get the Baron. So that's exactly what they go to do. Fnatic secure themselves the Drake because it is the fourth and potential soul. G2 rush down the Baron and Fnatic decide, okay, let's try and get the collapse off. But there's a few crucial things that I want to highlight before we actually get into the fight. The first thing is Pyke's ultimate still on cooldown for the time being. The positioning of Bwipo and Upset means that G2 is in a 5 versus 2 right now, and let's see exactly how this one plays out. Mickey's soaking up a lot of the damage. Keep an eye on Wonder here. He's able to land the stun onto Bwipo, but notice how low Reckless ends up getting, and you think, oh, if Hylissang's ult is up, he's able to do a huge amount of damage, but it only comes up now. So because Reckless is able to live, he ends up getting that initial kill onto Wonder, but look at Wonder. He gets that initial kill onto Bwipo, and you can see that Wonder's actually just soaking up all this damage from Upset, who can only hit the person in front of him. Meanwhile, Caps is still safe, Jankos is still safe, and they're just mowing down the front line of Fnatic, using this single target damage to great effect and slowly picking apart the enemy. Upset can't do anything on the back line, and G2 are able to convert that dive into the Baron, into control over the game, and all of a sudden, G2 are back in it. Whew! It was a chaotic game. There was bloodshed all across the board, but it was a banger and a classic G2 Fnatic. Fnatic now need a win to stay in the series and the road to Worlds. So we'll see if they can take us to Game 5 right after this break.
G2, they entered today 2-2 in the best of fives, but here it is Mad Lions that will reign supreme in the fifth. They will.
I feel guilty. It was my fault. I want to hide. I want to hide for a long time after a moment like this. So usually what I do is I give myself maybe 1 day or 2, but then Monday morning when I wake up, it's finished. Like sometimes it's fine to lose. I've lost many times in my career. If we win next week, then we're not only at Worlds, and then we could beat Mad and get our revenge and maybe beat Rogue and get the title. League of Legends is everything for me. This is it. This is what I feel like I'm born to do. If we miss Worlds, I'm not sure how I'm gonna deal with that. It feels too unreal to not see myself there. It's really important actually I win in Europe again, because it's been a while since I've been able to consider myself the best. I always talk about this being the guy that everyone remembers with the most titles and everything, but I'm not even close right now. It's not gonna get any easier. You see these players coming in and they're so good, all of them. I honestly think it will be quite easy to go into next week because I know my team played really well. I can deal with my own stuff, but obviously it's a very stressful situation playing a game that, in my mind, decides if your year was successful or not. If you miss Worlds, no matter how you did in spring, no matter how you did in summer, regular season, or anything throughout the year, will matter. It's a failure. So next game will be everything.
Well, during his time with Fnatic, Reckless made 6 World Championships. Tonight could be his 7th. But if G2 and Reckless make it, they will also deny his former team, Fnatic, a spot at Worlds. There is a lot on the line, and I think that was very much reflected in the game we saw. Yeah, Treats, what was going on? Why was this game so back and forth?
I mean, this was a classic G2 Fnatic fiesta. No, it was back and forth, kills left and right, Hylissang hooking people, Caps outplaying people. It was crazy.
But at the same time, I feel like if you break it down for a normal analytical level, like this was Fnatic once again having better laning phase. I feel like the early game once again was extremely Fnatic favored, and then it became the Fnatic classic at this point where you get to that mid to late game and all of a sudden Vedius broke it down on the Telestrator. They have that overstep.
Oh, absolutely. I think they're going to be beating themselves up for that, and rightfully so, because this moment, a moment like that for Fnatic, that can change the momentum of an entire series. So as we go into the possible decider game, let's take stock of what we've seen. And I think with Vedius' Telestrator and what happened in the mid game there, Fnatic and Bwipo and Hilly, they are the heart and soul and the core of this Fnatic roster, but they live and die by the sword.
They certainly do. I feel like that they are a large part of why I think overall Fnatic have been playing better in this series. Their laning phase, as Guldberg was saying, has been phenomenal with how well they've been roaming around the map. Bwipo and Hylissang as a duo are pretty much everywhere on the map, and you can see some of the early game players looking back, just the way in which they were outplaying G2 on an individual level. 2v2s, 3v3s, it was Fnatic that was coming out consistently on top in this game and the last one.
So I think I hear from my analysts a little bit that the feeling that Fnatic is playing better in this series so far, but they're down match point, and I just want to play devil's advocate. Yesterday we said Mad has the clutch. We never said that Rogue was actually playing better, but losing the games, Goldberg. So how is the series different?
I mean, I think Fnatic is playing better until they aren't as well, because they are the team that's making the mistake. I think Fnatic are playing worse to be at this point in this series, obviously, because you can't consistently keep dropping the ball like this as a top team. Sure. Like, the early game has obviously been very successful, but if it's a consistent thing that happens in the mid game, then you are not a good team.
And I think we then also have to highlight the team that is on match point, of course, and they not only catch the throw, but then they make sure that they win the game after that. Treats the individuals on G2, they played very well in this last game.
Yeah, G2 is the specialist of picking up the ball right. I think it shows when they have all these experienced players. Caps and Wunder specifically in the late game had insane damage outputs in all the fight, and G2 looks comfortable when they get the ball thrown towards them, and they always take it.
Definitely so. So this could be it. This next game could be it. G2 make it to Worlds. Fnatic is out. Their season is done. Somehow, I don't think that's going to happen, but we don't know. Let's pull up the draft once again. Goldberg, you said this was going to be 3-1 for G2. How did they draft in this game 4 to take it home?
Obviously, I'm sticking with my prediction, but as you already said, I think Fnatic, they are looking extremely scary. I think the draft they're going for here, if they want more late game agency, they should try and go for that instead, perhaps with more solidified engage. Hilly was phenomenal on the Pyke, but that team fight potential wasn't really there with this composition.
They're on blue side, Vedi.
4 support bans being thrown towards Hylissang, and then he pulls out the Pyke.
That's actually true.
It's just, I think that right now, Fnatic actually have so many options, and I think that they're going to continue their priority on the Twisted Fate, because Treats has been talking about it pretty consistently throughout the series. It just gives them so much agency in the early to mid game, and it makes it so much harder for G2 to play through sides, that Aurelia just didn't get to play the game. She was 0-6 at one point, by and large, thanks to this Twisted Fate and Pyke making her life hell.
Yes. How does G2 win this next game? You've got 10 seconds.
How did G2 win this game? They get rid of the Twisted Fate, and they find a way to lock down Hylissang.
All right, Fnatic, they have their backs against the wall, and they need a winning game 4 to keep their dreams of Worlds alive. Let's hit the Rift.
Thank you very much, Shox. Here for what could be the final game of Fnatic's season, what could be the final game that locks G2 into a world spot. I'm Medic, I'm joined by Kadril, the wonderful man standing beside me.
It's been a lot of back and forth.
Yes.
So much back and forth, and I think the analysts hit the nail on the head. I feel like the TF's enabling Fnatic's early game. You have 2 winning side lanes, which are just winning out in the lane phase itself. Put a global on top of that, and it's really, really difficult to find any kind of breathing room for G2, and specifically Jankos. You know, with these lanes pushing in constantly, jungle walking into your lane, into your jungle, sorry, and them having a global, it's really difficult to do anything.
We're going to jump on into the draft, and we'll see if G2 agree with you guys and that the Twisted Fate is a key ban. So far, they've been looking towards the Thresh, Rakan, Aphelios, sometimes the Lulu as well, towards Hylissang. But it's do or die now for Fnatic. Perhaps we have to wonder how they close out the game, because it hasn't been their early game where they faltered. Twice in a row, they've got huge early game leads, and one of those times they just haven't been able to close it out.
Yeah. I think the overdive was just the biggest overstep, and when you give G2 an inch, they'll take a mile, right? Especially with such good scaling carries, if you just throw the ball in their court, they're going to keep it. So, into the draft phase, Fnatic banning away Varus once again. We saw a lot of support bans onto Hylissang. Are we going to see it again? Thresh already off the board. We're looking at Rakan as the next one.
Yeah, Rakan ban on red side has been G2's bread and butter. There's the Ashe getting taken away by Fnatic once again. You see Camps with a smile on his face. There's the Rakan. Up until now, it's been LeBlanc, Xin, or LeBlanc again for Fnatic as their final ban.
Yeah, are we going to see a first pick Tristana again come out of Fnatic? Because the Ashe Varus bans give them a lot of options if they want to run a Kalista into Tristana or anything along those lines, but they could just run it back. It was working in the early stages, but will it work again? And do they think the run back is something they want to do? Trundle banned away from Jankos, and they think that that was one of the big issues last game.
Jankos did have a good performance on that Trundle, even though he fell a little bit behind in the early game. There's the Lulu taken away by G2, so that Tristana's still up on the menu.
But LeBlanc is up, so maybe G2 could just slam something like Lee Sin LeBlanc here if they don't want to go in for bot lane. But no, they're also going to run it back. Brown picked up already. Xin Zhao taken for the jungle, and you expect them to pick their AD carry on 3 perhaps, unless they want to opt into LeBlanc. Will Fnatic go for Lee Sin TF again?
Definitely could here. You know, Lee Sin, Wibbo's had a very strong performance on it so far, even though they haven't been able to clutch out those games. Alongside the Twisted Fate, where Niski showed just how much he can roam around the map, how much pressure he can exert from mid lane. Caps has been a little bit more quiet in the laning phase, although his late game fighting and his shockwaves in game 3 were impeccable. Renekton locked in here for Fnatic. That's going to Adam in the top lane.
Yeah. One of his most comfortable champs. I think it's by far his most played champ in playoffs, especially, so wants to secure that on the 1-2-3. That gives Wunder a lot of options. Could go for something like a GP if he fancies it, but they have a Tristana, so no immobile carries just yet to help that shutdown with a GP ult. It's gonna be a Twisted Fate again. So, TF Renekton, strong top side already. The only problem I see here for Fnatic is G2 could ban away things like Lee Sin and Viego, and then what is Wippo's pick in the jungle? We've seen his Olaf. I think he might have to resort to something along those lines.
I mean, he's brought out Olaf, he's brought out Graves. We've seen him play Karthus in the past as well. Of course, not probably part of this composition, but the Graves is a possibility for him. And G2 could, of course, decide not to ban out the jungle role either. They could look towards support. There's the gangplank for Jankos in the top lane.
Wunder in the top lane. Jankos isn't role swapping yet. Whippo went jungle, but Jankos isn't going top just yet. GP for Wunder. I think it's a great pick into Renekton TF. I think the matchup's good, especially if jungle attention's put up there. And the TF's just negated on the stun card when he collapses on top lane to get top lane ahead. So great pick there for G2. And again, Lee Sin, Viego bans expected. And then Whippo's going to have to run something like Olaf Graves, you'd imagine, with TF in mid lane. And again, support. What is Hylissang going to bring out? Could go for the Pyke again with the TF. But for now, Fnatic's going to ban away ADs.
Yeah, so far, of course, G2 haven't locked in their AD or their mid laner as far as we know. Of course, Xin Zhao could be some sort of super duper flex that we haven't heard of, but expectations are that Jankos will be piloting that in the jungle. Fnatic are looking towards their support and their jungler themselves.
Yeah, I think Fnatic have a choice here. Do you ban away things like the Sivir or the Xayah? Because I think Reckless can go for either of them. So it's up to them what they want to ban away for AD carry here, or is it just better perhaps to just take away something like LeBlanc? You know, just make it so Niski's life a little bit easier. But then again, Sylas is open, so they have a lot of problems to juggle here because they have two champions on mid and ADs with Xayah being banned away. Reckless can easily go for something like a Sivir if he wants to, and then Caps has full choice on Sylas, LeBlanc, anything along those lines.
Expectation is here that you see mid lane, and it's going to be the Orianna locked in for Caps, so nothing that can follow the Twisted Fate around.
So the reason they pick Orianna here is because if they want to pick Sivir here, Alistar can get locked in, and Alistar into Sivir is a nightmare to play. So can't blind pick Sivir just yet if that's what they want to do. So just picking mid into mid makes the most sense. Orianna control mage has been working out the whole series long. And maybe Fnatic think, well, if they're doing this, then that smells like a Sivir pick. So we'll just pre-pick a Jarvan here just in case. So now there's not many mobile ADs left for Reckless unless he wants to go for something like, you know, a Kai'Sa to get out of the ultimate. With Braum, doesn't pair so well. Ashe is down. You're looking at Jhin MF Kai'Sa here if he doesn't opt into Sivir, but we're going to get the run back of the Pyke from Hylissang.
We saw how strong he was in the early laning phase in game 3. He was dominant in that lane. Of course, Pyke, not the best into Sivir because you can just spell shield the Bone Skewer, but that means you can't then spell shield the knockup from the Jarvan or the gold card coming out from Niski either. So we'll see if the Sivir is a lock here for Reckless. Lots of discussion happening on the G2 side.
Vayne.
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 Vayne!
Away!
We got Reckless's Vayne here for a match point of G2. Wow. Okay, so the Vayne lane. Maybe he thinks the Tristana Pyke is just going to push and then get the Pyke out of lane, so AD carry is just going to be a trade-off. Yes, Vayne will get pushed in, but so will Xayah, so he can farm up. And he should be able to melt through Jarvan Renekton when they commit. So a lot of scaling on G2 here.
Of course, the Condemn works with the Jarvan Cataclysm as well. Those walls can be stunned against. Interestingly, Vayne has only been played by Reckless once in the last 2 years. It was against Fnatic this summer, and they lost that game with Reckless going 4-2-1, tumbling in, flashing forward to try and kill Adam's Mundo, and actually costing his team the game. Here, though, in what is a do-or-die moment for Fnatic, Reckless locks in Vayne against his former team and could lock them out of Worlds.
Yeah, let's look at both comps then. Similar composition for Fnatic. A lot of pick with the TF Pyke and lanes to play around with the Tristana Renekton. The only AP damage you have is the TF though, and G2, lots of scaling. GP Orianna Vayne, very dangerous the later the game goes. Lots of wave clear, lots of scaling.
G2 going for scaling, Fnatic looking for some early picks, looking for some early plays. It's kind of been the name of the series, and Fnatic have consistently got out to early leads, though they haven't been able to close them out. So far, we've had 3 games of breakneck action, and I'm expecting one more. Let's see if G2 Esports and Fnatic can take it to the Rift.
Esports!
Esports! Onto the Rift for what could be the final time tonight. The final time for Fnatic across the course of the entirety of 2021. After a disappointing spring, they look to bounce back in summer, but it has been a choppy road, a difficult road for them to navigate. And so far, G2 have just been that little bit ahead.
Yeah, now, a lot of, you know, eyes on Reckless's Vayne. The last time they picked it into Fnatic, they lost, and now it makes sense in the draft. You know, they have a lot of bruiser frontline, 3 melee champs, and you can dodge away from Hylissang on the Pyke this time around, but I expect the game to play out very similar to the last game, where Niski can push in caps, Upset and Hylissang can start trading really, really aggressively bot. I wonder if Jankos will go for some kind of level 2 gank to stop that from happening, but it looks like he's going to path top. Top lane will have a lot of trading. GP into a melee matchup tends to be a lot of trading. But they're going to invade. Mickey's going to sweep it away, and they're going to look to split the map bot side. Fnatic love to do this themselves, but G2 are going to do it back to them. And if they do this, that means the aggressive lane of this Pyke can't dash in on cooldown. So just learning from last game there, G2.
Obviously, it leaves Wonder a little bit on an island off towards the top side. The expectation is that Jankos will not be walking top side of the map basically at all this game. Instead, take away this red, take away the bottom side camps, and then get his blue. And you can see Adam already trying to trade onto Wonder because of this.
Yeah, and the ward on his own red will spot out Whippo when he goes towards it. And again, like we said, top lane, so much trading. Wonder and Adam going for it. Adam can kill him here.
Adam just kills him!
Oh my lord. Adam gets the level 1 kill onto Wonder. Who would have thought the most experienced and achieved top laner in Europe gets solo killed by Adam in his first best of 5 against G2.
Upset with the level 2. Upset is going to have to flash away. Exhaust was used as flash heal out of Upset, but there's no kill. Well, meanwhile, on the top side, Wonder's had to burn TP to get back into the lane. Whippo now going over to the red buff. Wonder is in for a world of hurt on this top side of the map.
Yeah, he's going to be weak side for a very long time, and G2 tried to force something bot. In the end, it's just a trade-off of summoners from Upset and Mickey, respectively. And now Jankos will clear out his bot camps, and I think he's going to have to move towards his top side. There is a lot of dive potential with Renekton and Jarvan, but luckily Wonder still has flash, so he can, orange the stun and flash the combo, worst case.
That's what he'll be looking to do. Wonder still trading in. Let's have another look at this top lane play, because Adam's like, oh, first blood, s'il vous plaît, I will take it.
All comes down to Conqueror, Medic. Both of them just fighting level 1, because Wonder has the passive constantly with the grass, but that one overstep there gives Adam the confidence to just go for it with the fully stacked Conqueror, and he gets the first blood onto Wonder. Gives him a little thumbs up as well. Wonder has to TP back, and it looks like Adam is going to base. I expect him to TP back as well to keep this lane in a favorable state and keep pressuring.
Yeah, the only good thing for Wonder is there's a ward on the Razorbeaks and that ward in Tribush, which means that he did know that Whippo is in the area. Now Jankos looking down towards this bottom lane. Remember, no flash on Upset. He can buffer away the jump, but he's still only level 1 here, Kadril.
Okay, Adam's safe TP, so he's just going to run back top, take that solo kill, and keep playing up towards the top side with his TP, so he can TP bot if his team needs him. There's Niski.
There's the Condemned TP coming in. They're trying to get just minions here. Niski coming in with the stun card. Unbreakable put up by Mickey, and as you say, no flash, and Upset now gets the kill, and that's going to mitigate a lot of the early bleeding that was happening. Whippo in the middle lane looking to kill off Caps as well, but Caps is able to walk away.
Yeah, that wave was absolutely massive. Upset was still level 1 with like 4 CS because of the map split. G2 could stack a huge wave, so Niski had to TP no matter what. They get a kill as well, goes over to Upset. That should negate a lot of the CS disadvantage that he's facing from the split map.
Kadril, over and over the series, Fnatic get early leads. They get early kills. Here they're 1,000 gold ahead or so, 800 at only 4 minutes into the game. Adam is smurfing, winning the top lane match of 1v1. Upset, who was put behind, now isn't so far behind. And it feels like almost deja vu from games 2 and 3.
Yeah, dominating in the side lanes. Niski using his TP to help out his team. The TF will pay dividends as well, because when he hits level 6, he can always match Caps regardless of not having this TP. So now Fnatic saved in the bot lane from the split map and winning out on top side on the one-on-one. Adam, what you saw there a couple seconds ago was he pulled the wave in top, so it pushes into him, maximizing the wave state itself to get as ahead as possible in CS. Adam, no flash though, and Caps has TP, so with Jankos pathing up here, he might have to be a little bit careful, but Whippo is really far ahead in jungle right now. I'm not sure if he got double crab, but he's very far ahead in CS. Jankos, 20 CS still, and still hasn't based.
In a really strong position right now is Whippo. We'll see if he is able to find something on the map. You can see G2 hovering topside, Caps and Jankos in the vicinity. Caps just going to pop the Scryer's Bloom, and Jankos was spotted here. I wonder if Adam wants to take this.
Oh, Jankos is wasting a lot of time, I have to say. He was spotted, and he's going to get spotted on the second brush as well. As long as Adam just buys time and waits, Jankos still has not based. Just going to help Wunder push out this wave. I think Whippo is going to be inbound. Adam could hold the wave here, and Whippo could move up. But it looks like Whippo is just going to clear out his Gromp. Jankos is really far behind in tempo compared to Whippo right now.
Adam's trying to hold it, but will eventually get underneath the tower. Wunder stepping forward, and that will reset the wave, meaning that Adam isn't able to hold it in front of his turret. Whippo's on his way up as well, and Wunder actually maybe overstaying a little bit here. Whippo can look for this, flashing with the Ruthless Predator, or jumping with the Ruthless Predator there. Whippo looking for Jankos, but Wunder able to walk out alive.
Yeah, good buffer on the W there. Instantly cleanses off the stun, and he's absolutely fine. But now Jankos still has not based. Whippo can take away these Krugs if he wants to, and Jankos will just have to base and run towards the bot side, you'd expect, because this Jarvan is a level up with an Iron Spike whip. Adam using his TP that he saved to get back to this lane after getting chunked out, and can start stacking waves. The problem Jankos has here, if he bases, Niski's ulting top, and it's a 3-man dive onto Wunder, so he has to stay around for a little bit, and it's just hurting him more and more the longer he stays here. Niski has to push in mid, he's level 6, Adam stacking a wave, Jankos cannot base, he's stuck top, and if he does base, you expect that maybe a 3-man play can come in.
Looks like Whippo has decided to back away from it for now, going for his second rotation of camps. will be over towards his Wolves.
See, Jankos cancelled his base there. He was really unsure on this wave. Can we have a look topside, observers? Because Jankos cancelled his recall. He's still hovering around. He knows that there could be a two-man dive. Waiting. Nisqy's going to come. Whippo won't be there. They might just go for a two-man. Nisqy has Ignite, and Jankos is ready for it.
Nisqy pops the Destiny and just goes back towards mid lane.
Yeah, Nisqy pops ult, and he sees Jankos is still top. He's like, guys, this Xin Zhao is still top after 6.5 minutes, and he has not based yet, and my jungler is doubling his farm. It's absolutely fine. I'll use a Destiny to get that information. I'll back off and take the base that I wanted to take, and now Whippo can use that. I think he's going to be 2 levels up. Yeah, you can see Whippo on the left there. Almost 2 levels up now, because Jankos has to keep covering these lanes.
We were in such a strong position, twice the CS, 600 gold ahead of Jankos, who's only level 4 right now, same level as the supports in this game.
Yeah, and if you just look at the minimap here, you can see the amount of vision that Adam has to work with here on the top side. He can see absolutely everything. Those are the 3 areas that the jungle can come from, and he has them all covered off. Cap still has TP, but he hasn't been able to use it just yet.
Yeah, Adam putting on a clinic in this top lane right now. 7 minutes in, he has a 20 CS lead. He's looking for a plate as well. Wunder doesn't have TP to get back here. Adam tries to stop him. It's okay for the moment as Wunder's going to lose that way.
It looks horrible to base right there if you're Wunder. It looks horrible. Yes, he'll ult the top wave to get most of it, but you know, if he stayed under that tower with no mana, Adam could have 100% gone for the dive with ultimate stun. Wunder had no real escape with no mana for the W, so he's going to have to use the ult to get the wave itself, and will have to run back top. So this early game, again, fantastic for Fnatic. This bot play that happened in the level 1 is what put them behind. Bot lane's only 10 CS down, but he has a kill. Adam smurfing in the top side, like you said earlier, and Nisqy is even mid despite having TP'd bot, and has ultimate coming up again soon, but yet to see a neutral objective fall. Herald spawning now. I think Fnatic might want to move Hylissang up towards there, and at least secure that.
The question really is if Fnatic can hold on to this lead, because we've seen them make a few over-eager plays across the course of the series. That mid-lane dive in Game 3 comes to mind immediately, and these early leads don't really matter for much if you cannot keep the ball rolling through the rest of the game. Whippo and Nisqy teaming up here to try and invade Jankos' jungle, and Whippo can just take away this red.
Oh, it's a horror, isn't it? Level down, no red buff. This Jarvan has boots and Iron Spike whip. Nisqy's right behind him. No cannon barrage either. Adam's hovering too, so yeah, Jankos just going to lose this red buff. And see if Whippo can get more. He might look just to force Jankos completely out of his top side here.
Just taking the little Krugs as well. This is dominant stuff here from Whippo, still keeping about double the CS over Jankos. Bot lane has been quiet after that early game. Vector's going in, looking for the damage there with the Condemn hook, comes up, but only hits onto a minion.
And I have to say props to Fnatic. What we've seen this whole series long is them playing towards bot side. Adam gets that 1 solo kill, and now they're showing that they can play for a strong top side. They can play for this Renekton since the draft. After that solo kill, it's all about the top side of the map. I think Hylissang might run to the top side of the map right now as I say that. Look at him on the minimap, abandoning bot lane alongside Upset to make sure they get this Herald play and they win out. But I think that once they see G2 going back to lanes, they're just going to back off.
Yeah, Ghost Water dive on Pyke, obviously such an easy way to move around the map. Hylissang here waiting. Remember, Destiny almost off cooldown. Hylissang's looking for Caps. Upset coming as well. The slow from the Bone Skewer. Cap steps to the side. Jankos now coming in. Shockwave goes wide. Upset knocked back with the Crescent Guard. He's going to jump, but he's knocked out of his buffer. Stun card onto Caps. Jankos gets a kill. Hylissang next as he flashes away from the death from below. And Hylissang was looking for something, but Jankos found 2 kills.
This was the most confusing play I've ever seen. They're trying to 2v2 the mid jungle of G2 while their whole top side's on Herald. Upset jumps in to finish off Caps. He knocks him away from Nisqy's flash. Hylissang's ult gets flashed away from. They'll get a kill onto Wunder on the back half of this, but that bot fight was extremely unnecessary from Fnatic, and it just gives G2 a little bit of breathing room. 2 kills over to Jankos, who was so far behind, gives them a plate in bot, and he'll give them a dragon.
Yeah, getting the dragon so important here for G2 means that snowball, the possibility of an early soul for Fnatic just isn't there. Whippo might try for the steal, but it feels a little bit greedy to go for it. Fnatic do still have a lead. They're still 2,000 gold ahead. TP now invested by G2 to get back up to this top lane.
Yeah, Adam's 2 levels up. He's unstoppable right now. 30 CS up after Wunder catches that wave roughly. So the top side is going fantastic for Fnatic. It's just that one bot play put Jankos back in the game. Whippo will miss the combo, has ultimate. Jankos no flash, no ultimate. I think he's just dead on the 1v1 medic.
I think he is as well. Whippo will take down Jankos. An auto-filled jungler winning out the day in that 1v1.
Adam ulting there. He really wants those raptors. Forcing Caps away. Nisqy's able to hit mid-tower. Adam should be able to run back towards top side. Whippo in the bot side jungle just used his combo though, so he might be in a bit of trouble if he gets knocked into the wall.
Yeah, there's the Condemn. Oh, Whippo, it's just greedy from him. Cannon Barrage comes out as well a little bit too late. Hylissang's going to be able to retreat here. Meanwhile, the bot lane tower is the focus here for Upset. He's going to get himself a couple more plates, but just a few over-eager steps from Fnatic overall.
Yeah, I mean, every single play from Fnatic's been flawless, and they've got themselves ahead, apart from these just 2 plays in the bot side. One trying to catch out Caps, and then one trying to go for the enemy Wolves when enemy bot lane is right in your face, and you just use the combo for it. So Fnatic are their own worst enemy right now in this game, similar to last game when they went for that mid dive. Winning on the early stages, but they're still ahead for now.
And the problem obviously is like, you look at it and you're like, Fnatic are in control of this game. 2,000 gold ahead, they have a really fed Renekton, their top side of the map is really strong. But then all you have to do is think back 40 minutes and remember they were in this exact same position in Game 3 and G2 were able to fight back. So we need Fnatic to show the discipline they showed in Game 2 and not the all-out fighting that they showed in Game 3.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think the clear way to see how dominant this early game is from Fnatic is the plates. 5 plates mid, 5 plates top, 4 plates in bot for Fnatic. On the other side, it's going to be 1 plate left on this tower, 3-3 in mid and bot, and they still have Herald. G2's only plays are in this bot side of the map, and Fnatic just have to respect it and back off. Let Adam take top tower. Maybe look for a Herald in mid. You're going to take that tower too. You'll always win out in mid and top if bot lane just plays safe and backs off. I think Whippo might pop it now in mid.
He's looking for it. Rift Herald's going to be used there by Whippo in the mid lane. That's going to charge in. This should be a dead tower. Nitsky already with the Everfrost complete. It's going to do a little bit of extra damage to those towers with the AP that he has built up, and with the Rift Herald charging in, that's the tower down. Top lane, about 500 HP on the turret up there as Nisqy has the Destiny and could look to get up there. Well, Destiny about to come off cooldown. Rift Herald will get a second charge in. Fnatic now going down towards the bottom side as Reckless has Flash, has Cleanse, but he's all on his lonesome as he gets a plate. Whippo coming in. There's the Destiny. I thought it might be top side, but instead, Fnatic dive on their former ADC. Hylissang takes the kill.
Yeah, gets the kill, gives the gold over to Upset as well because of the way the champion works. The interactions give the 300 gold over to Upset as well. So now mid tower is dead. Adam is probably going to get this top tower in the 1v1. Whippo's buying time here. He knows Reckless is dead. Just going to buy
He's got Cataclysm. He can go for this because Hylissang just needs the Bone Skewer to connect. Minky had to burn the Flash.
Could be a world here where Fnatic get this bot tower as well. They're chunking it out a lot. Reckless will have to run from base, and yeah, Fnatic winning out on all 3 lanes right now. It's a 4,000 gold lead in 13 minutes. I feel like it's a deja vu, Medic. I said that last game.
It really is. And you can see the leads in the mid lane. 6,700 gold to 4,000. He's 2 items.
He has two items at 13 minutes. He has Everfrost Rapid Fire at 13 minutes.
See, it's 2 minutes faster than the previous record, not even than the previous average.
Oh,
He's so strong. Nisqy's having a stormer of a game.
Yeah, I mean, wow, I'm shocked that he has both those items so early in. Caps doesn't even have his mythic yet.
It's crazy. Absolutely absurd how big Nisqy is right now, and you have to think the game is all but won for Fnatic. They just have to dot the I's and cross the T's. The question is, can G2 find anything, any way to get back? Because right now, Nisqy is everywhere on the map. Mid lane tier 1 is down, so he has even more freedom to roam. He doesn't even need the Destiny. He can just walk up here, and Wonder has to respect the fact that Nisqy could be near.
Yeah, Nisqy's just hovering to make sure that tower falls. He's going to run back to mid and catch his wave. And again, G2's only play is on the bot side of the map. As long as Upset's safe and respects it, doesn't go for that bot wave that's now crashing, then they should be fine. G2 just have a lot of pressure. You can see there's lots of pings. He wants to go for this bot wave. He needs information. Hylissang spots them out. And G2 just trying to make a pick here, trying to catch out Hylissang. Will he fall for it?
Glacial Fissure comes out. Hylissang will fall for it,
yes,
as he often does.
But Upset can push in bot. Nisqy can push in mid. G2 get a pick, and they're going to have to go back to catch these waves. Fnatic is still 5,000 gold up. Dragon in 30 seconds.
I think that's the big thing for G2. Do they want to try and keep stacking up these dragons, or did they just do it to delay the game? Because right now, Fnatic seem to be finding the picks. The question is, can they continue to do that now that the tier 1s are down? Twisted Fate's so good at roaming, so good at finding people in the side lane, but G2 have shown us that they can play defensively when needed and just wait for the game to scale.
Yeah, I think G2 might want to look for this next dragon that's spawning. Jankos, as I say that, starts basing. Reckless does too, Mickey does as well, so I guess they're just going to give that one up. They don't want to opt into the fight. Wonder doesn't have TP and Adam does. Wait, they might catch Mickey!
Mickey caught out as he tried to get back. The rest of his team abandoned him, and that is another kill over to Fnatic.
He was 1 second away from going to base, and Fnatic get themselves a dragon. Not only are they going to get this, they're going to get bot tower as well. I think Whippo could also just run through mid to top now and get Herald as well after securing this bot tower. So yeah, Fnatic own the entire map. All 3 towers have fallen now for G2. They haven't got a single one just yet. Wonder
has to flash away. That was flash for flash burn there. Whippo's for Wonders, but that does give Adam so much more freedom if he ever matches into Wonder in a side lane now. Means it's harder for Wonder to get away. Adam looking for Reckless here. He decides against it. A little bit of caution, a little bit of trepidation there from the Fnatic top laner.
Yeah, it's a similar situation where now they have the pressure bot. There's no need to make a play top. Wonder, no flash. Upset's going for it.
Upset just jumps in and then jumps out. Another kill for Upset on this Tristana. 3-1 now. And it really feels like this game is all done, but the singing. Whipper going in for Caps as well. Caps does still have the shockwave here. He's going to get it onto Nisqy. That's another kill for Fnatic. Adam escaped a fight off towards the top side, and that is a 9,000 gold lead at 16 minutes.
Medic, this is an absolute stomp by Fnatic here in Game 4. There's a very high chance we're going to Game 5 here. 9,000 gold lead in 16 minutes, 4 towers, 2 items on your carries at 13 to 16 minutes. G2 can barely finish their mythics. They've got a dragon and that's about it, not a single tower. And Fnatic just have the confidence to dive you on tier 2s. Upset leading the charge here initially because Wunder has no TP. I feel like people are dying on G2 before I can even hand you off the mic, Medic.
You should just do the play-by-play from now on, Kajal.
Yeah, and then Cap steps up. He has flash, but I think once the combo lands, that's it. You can flash away, but Niski's going to chase you with flash himself. Chain CC locks him up. And look at all of G2 on the minimap now, all towards the top side. What did they get? Nothing. That tower got taken a little bit further down. Still alive, and they lost Herald too, so G2 are scaling.
They are scaling, but currently Hylissang is the only player with less gold than anyone on G2. And he has more gold than the G2 jungler. Mickey caught out once again. There's the bone skewer, and there's Upset on a killing spree. 4-1 now on this Tristana. Oh, Terra on it. Adam tried to trade into Wunder. Remember, Wunder has no flash. There's the Destiny looking for caps, the stun, the lockup. Everfoss is flashed away from Whipper with the chase, though. The Cataclysm coming in, and Niski has the extra range from that rapid fire cannon to put the damage down. The shockwave coming out. Upset is down. Upset diving forward for Reckless as well, who has to use the final hour to get away. Jankos dead. A double for Upset. 3 across the course of the fight. And with the Rift Herald still alive on the top side, you have to think that's Inhibitor Tower down. Adam flashing forward. In his rookie season, this is the second time we've seen him solo kill Wunder in 2 games. I say that, hasn't quite killed him off yet, but the expectation is he will chase him down with the Ruthless Predator. Adam, 2 kills in the game.
Medic, it's an 11,000 gold lead in 17 minutes.
Yep.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before, but Fnatic have taken 5 towers. This mid tier 2 is probably going to fall after they come out of base. And man, this game, it just feels like G2 can't do anything. Their only play was ever on the bot side, and Fnatic only messed up once by going for that play. And that's what got G2 slightly back in the game. A mistake from Fnatic.
Yep.
Nothing else has been proactive from G2, and it's just Fnatic from start to finish this game.
And Hylissang on this pike has just been an absolute nuisance.
He's a madman. Well, you say nuisance, but he didn't get anything.
Okay, so here's the thing. We didn't see that because we were watching bot lane. Right, and then I was like, oh, this would be the start of the play towards the top side. So, I mean, he's still a nuisance. He's still doing really well.
Yeah, definitely is. Good death. That's what we call those.
Yeah. Fast recall, fast recall.
Fast recall. And now 1 minute till Baron. Fnatic have 40,000 gold in 18 minutes. They have all lanes pushing in. They have a global to work with as well. Surely this mid-tier 2 dive won't happen again because Fnatic are just way too far ahead now. Bwipo has a Guardian Angel picked up so he can dive in. Caps has no flash, neither does Reckless, so now the power of Jarvan will start to show itself. Fnatic going 1-3-1, pushing in these lanes, and then what they'll do is after these sides are pushed all the way into the tier 3, that's when they'll collapse into mid. You'll get these pushing lanes, and then they'll move like this through the jungle into mid, and that's how they'll crack open this tier 2 because G2 have a choice. Do I catch the waves, or do I defend my mid tower? And it's a lose-lose.
All right, now they are just setting up in their own jungle. Red buff was taken. Mickey stepping on the front line here. Buffer's going to pop the oracles. Buffer already has GA, by the way, on this Jarvan.
Yep.
With the Gore Drinker, complete 2 items on him. It's not just Niski and Upset who are ahead.
And this is where the mid tower will fall. Both sides pushed in, and G2 have to catch it. And now they have to make the choice. Defend this tower or catch the wave. Looks like Reckless is going top. So that means mid tower will be under siege. They'll hold on just about for now.
Just keep it alive. Adam's like, nope. You can't hold on to that.
Where's Niski going?
Going to the top side. Reckless dead before he could even do anything. Niski survives. Mickey going forward, but he's all on his lonesome against Upset here. Whipper going in. Whoa, that's very deep there from Whipper. Has to flash away. He might have GA, but dying in the enemy base. It's probably not the ideal thing to do.
Reckless goes for the side wave. Fnatic get mid tower and Reckless. Win-win for them. Whipper has to flash out, just like you said, and all 6 towers down. G2 have not taken a single tower this game. It's almost a 13,000 gold lead, Medic, and now Mickey's gonna die as well.
The problem for Mickey is he just has to face check. There's the Cataclysm, he's down. Upset goes godlike. Jankos stunned up as well. There's another one. It's a double for Upset. And you have to wonder what G2 do against this Pike Tristana combination in Game 5, because we're going there. There is no way that Fnatic can lose this game from this position.
No, you cannot throw this one. I refuse to believe it. We've seen teams throw games in the LEC, or at least enemy teams coming back and finding miraculous team fights, but I think Fnatic have put the nail in the coffin once they get this Baron. Jankos and Mickey had to walk into this jungle. Look at the vision on the map right now. They see absolutely nothing around their own jungle and the Baron pit. That's what they see, so they had to walk in to check if they're on Baron, because Reckless was dead. Medic, we're going to a Game 5 match point, I think.
I can't believe it. A best of one to decide which of these teams gets to World, to decide which of these teams misses Worlds for the first time in 5 years.
I will say, massive props to Fnatic for running it back. You know, the last game that they lost, yes, they threw it, but they don't care. They just run it back. They take the Renekton early and they play with the same similar composition, and it works out so effectively. G2 are going to have to change something up in the game, in the draft perhaps, to stop Fnatic being able to get so much agency in these games. Hylissang split pushing top with Baron buff.
It. He does this all the time
so
on
good.
Pyke.